I'm so excited. We're starting cursive. Okay. I want you in your handwriting book. I'm going to unzoom this real quick. In your handwriting book, I want you to open to page 22 and you will see all the cursive letters we get to learn this year. So we have lots of lowercase and uppercase, and you can kind of see how a lot of them look very similar to what we already know how to write, don't they? Let's look at the similarities. So we look at like E, we can see it has two sections, just like this E. Okay, the lowercase e's look very similar. The H's, I can see something similar. And then I look at some and I think, what is that? Right? So if I look over here at like Z, that doesn't look like the Z that we know, does it? So we're going to have to learn how to do that. And look at this J. Look at this uppercase J. What? Right? But we get to learn all of these letters. It's going to be so exciting. So I want you to go ahead and turn to page 26 and 27. So this is going to kind of tell us the best way to practice handwriting, okay? Because again, we're growing those dendrites, aren't we? We want to grow them correctly. We want to make the connections correctly the first time. And so then they just get stronger and stronger and stronger the more we practice, right? But think about like if you were to plant some flowers in the sidewalk while the cement was cooling. I mean, not cooling, drying, while the cement was drying. Are those flowers going to grow very well? No, because we didn't plant them in good soil. And so we want to be able to plant them in really good soil. So instead of having to dig up all that concrete and get the roots out and get the flower out, it would probably be a little bit destroyed, and then plant it again in the right soil later. We want to plant all of our dendrites in the right soil now. So everybody say, dendrites, get ready. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to sit like this. You can kind of, it's hard to see because I'm tilted where the camera is, but I'm sitting straight at my desk. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm not sitting like on my feet or on my knees or like with my one knee up here, kind of like, I mean, we all sit like that sometimes, don't we? Okay, so your feet are flat on the floor. You're sitting up but straight, but you're leaning forward a little bit to see what you're doing. And are you ready for the most important part? You need to turn your paper like this. And I'm going to tell you why. So I'm not going to turn my paper while I record the video just so that you can see the right way to do it. But I will kind of curve my body so that I can do it correctly. But the reason is, don't turn back, but I'm going to turn back. Do you notice how so many of these letters, actually all of the letters, are slanty? Look at that slantiness, okay? So they're all slanty. So instead of us kind of doing this and really trying to slant our letters, we're just going to slant our paper, and that's going to help us slant our letters better, okay? Another thing that I want to mention is, guess what? Some people who have a hard time with print handwriting, print is like the step up here. We also call it manuscript. Some people who have a hard time with that love cursive because they have a hard time with maybe the straight lines and making everything look nice and picking up your pencil and putting it down. Cursive is very flowy. Letters flow together and you don't even have to pick up your pencil all the time. It's very fancy, okay? So if you have a hard time with handwriting, you can be really excited because you're gonna probably love cursive, okay? But we gotta treat our letters like Mona Lisas, okay? I know I say sometimes don't treat it like the Mona Lisa, right? But we wanna make these Mona Lisas. That is probably the best advice that any teacher has ever given me because I've taken some classes where I learned how to write really fancy cursive called calligraphy. It's been really fun. But the teacher told us, treat every letter like its own work of art. And if you do that, and if you treat it like its own little baby Mona Lisa, then you'll be able to slow down and practice the skill. Okay. And then later when you're running cursive, you're just going to be looping and going all forward without any care in the world, right? But in the beginning, when our dendrites are little, we have to make sure that we are taking each step slowly and carefully. Okay? Who's ready to get started? I'm ready. The two strokes that we're going to learn today. So when we talk about cursive, each part of the letter is called a stroke. Okay? So everybody do this with your pencil. Stroke. Okay? A stroke. So Spoiler alert, I already tried to record this video one time and it didn't save. So I'm recording it again. So the reason that you see some pink on here is because I already did this one time, but that's okay. I'm just being flexible. We're going to do it again. It's fine. Here we go. So we're going to learn 2 strokes today, undercurves and downcurves. So before we start on our letters, we got to start at the basics, and those are our strokes. Okay. So undercurve and downcurve. So ignore these guys. I'm just going to cross them out because those are the bad ones. I'm showing you what not to do. But undercurve, everybody do like this. Say undercurve, undercurve. Do that with your hands. So an undercurve starts at the baseline and it curves up. It's not like a big old belly curve. It's just a little curve like this. Okay. And you notice it's kind of like this girl on the swing right here. Her body is curving up as she swings up on the playground. Okay. So when we talk about cursive, this pink line is our baseline. Okay. This is the dash line. This is kind of the middle so that you can gauge where exactly the center is. And then this is the top line, top solid blue. This is the bottom solid blue. The bottom solid blue is only reserved for letters like F or P or G that has something that goes below the line. Think about a regular G. It goes below the normal line, right? So that's where those would go. But first, we got to talk about the stroke. So the undercurve stroke, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Oh, hello. Watch. Here we go. Go away, zoom. There we go. So we're going to start right here at this pink line. It's very, very important that you start at the pink line or at the dash line or at the top exactly where it tells you to, because then if you like start doing that, that's not an undercurve. Don't write that. That's not an undercurve. You have to start right here at this pink line. You're going to slowly curve upward like this. Okay. Same thing for this. So this would be the beginning of like an H or an F or a lot of capital letters. Let me move this down just a little bit. Here we go. So this right here, we're going to start at the pink line and we're going to slowly curve up. Do you notice how slowly and carefully I did that? It's very important. So I'm not doing this. That's a big old belly. I want you to think about like the belly of a dolphin versus the belly of a whale. We don't want whale bellies right now. We want dolphin bellies. Okay. We want little dolphin bellies, just smooth and rounded, a little bit, a little curved. Okay. And we're ending right here at this top blue line. Notice how it's not like this. Oh, I'm waiting for my thing to catch up. There we go. It's not like this and it's not like this because those are straight lines. We want it to be a little bit curved. Okay. So what you're going to do down here, turn this a little bit, turn that a little bit. There we go, Ms. Hartgrove. There we go. So we want to undercurve at the beginning of these letters. You're not tracing the whole letter. You're just tracing that undercurve at the beginning. Undercurve at the beginning for all of these letters, Mona Lisa style. Okay. And then down here, look at P and B. Their undercurves look a little crazy. They start at that dash line and they're going to curve up to the solid blue line. Same thing for P. It's going to curve up like that. Okay. But G, look at G's undercurve. It starts at the pink and it curves up. So again, you're not tracing the whole letter, just where the curves are. Okay. Then down here at the bottom is where you get to practice your actual strokes. Okay. Make sure you have a pencil. That's important for this part. Up here, if you wanted to trace using a skinny marker, not a fat marker, but a skinny marker, then that's okay. Just make sure it has kind of a little tip like mine does. But you're going to trace these Mona Lisa style. And if you see that there's a green dot and there's a little pink arrow and the green dot tells you where to start and the pink arrow tells you which direction to go. So we're going to start here and we're going to Mona Lisa curve upward. Start at the green dot. Mona Lisa, undercurve up like that. Okay. I want you to take your time. So after you trace all of the gray on the next line down here, you're going to start at the green and you're going to do one underneath each one. That's important for all the cursive we do. You're going to do one underneath each one. Okay. You're not going to do like a million on this line, but you want to do it by yourself to see if you can do it without tracing. Okay. Same thing down here. We have our taller undercurve. We're going to undercurve to the top. Notice how slow I'm going. I'm Mona Lisa-ing, right? And then you're going to do one underneath on each one. So 4 lines of undercurves, okay? Now let's look at the down curve. I'm going to cross out the wrong things. Okay. So down curve, everybody go down curve like you're diving in the water. Down curve, okay? So down curves start higher and they down curve. They curve down. It's kind of like a backwards of an under curves go up like this, down curves go down like that, okay? So let's look. Right here, we see how these down curves start at the dash line or at the top solid blue line, and it's going to curve backwards and kind of start to scoop up a little bit right there. Again, we're going to start at the top solid line here, and we're going to curve under, start to scoop, right? I'm not scooping like this, okay? That's not what we're doing. Remember, belly of a dolphin, not the belly of a whale, okay? We're going to just down curve and start to scoop, just the beginning of the scoop. Beginning of the scoop, just like that, okay? We're not doing straight lines, and we're not doing them like this because they need to be slanted this direction, okay? So you're going to trace the down curve in these letters. So in A, the down curve is what starts that little rounded part. If you notice, all of these have a little rounded beginning. That's what starts it, is the down curve, okay? So you're going to trace the down curves, not the whole letters. Same thing on this uppercase line. Down here, you're going to start at the green dot and come down for your down curve, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing on this line. You're going to practice where you do one below, below, below. And then down here, you're going to start at that top and you're going to do the taller down curves, okay? So exciting. I can't wait to see what you do. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.